Welcome to another explosive episode of Truth and Power with Dr. Pinaki Bhattacharya. Today's episode isn't just about politics, it's about language. Now, that's right, a single word, a label that can turn a protester into a criminal, a student into a threat, and justify everything from rubber bullets to real bullets. We're talking about the word quote unquote mob, where it came from, who is using it, and how this single word is now a state sanctioned weapon in Bangladesh. As always, we're joined by the one voice who says it like it is, Dr. Pinaki Bhattacharya. Dr. Bhattacharya, welcome.
Thanks, Rafa. And you were right. Today's topic is not just about semantics, it's about survival. Because when the state wants to kill, the first thing it does, it rename you.
Right. So let's start with the first time the word mob entered Bangladesh's mainstream media, Dr. Bhattacharya. When was that?
Well, it was during 111 regime, specifically August 23, 2007. The Daily Star ran a piece describing university students protesting army brutality as a mob, quote unquote. That was the first known use of the term in Bangladeshi political discourse.
So, what was really happening on that day?
It was a nationwide student uprising, like something like very similar to the Monsoon Revolution 2024. A Dhaka University student got beaten by army personnel. The campus erupted. It was not a chaos, it was a spontaneous protest, and it spread like wildfire.
But by calling it a mob, the media reframed it, is it?
Exactly. The very term mob, quote unquote, was not a neutral word. It was the linguistic cover for the army's crackdown that night. It turned protesters into targets, it turned students into criminals.
Oh my god, that is chilling.
It gets worse. That night, there were block raids, very similar to 2024. Students were dragged out, beaten, and university professors were arrested. Even doctors checked if the professors were fit to be tortured. It didn't even happen under Bakshal rule.
Let's just pause for a moment. You're saying one word, mob, enabled systemic violence.
Yes, indeed. This is not just my claim. Let me bring in Judith Butler. Here she talks about idea of grievable life.
What does that mean?
Simply put, if the state or the media can convince you that someone is a threat, a terrorist, or a mob, then their death doesn't matter. They become ungrievable.
So that means that language dehumanizes?
And not only that, language kills. Michel Foucault called this the performativity of the law. The state doesn't say we are killing people, it says we are restoring order, we are upholding the law.
And people believe it.
Yes, because the media repeats it. You can recall that the police, when the police was throwing the dead body of Yamin from their riot car, they didn't call Shahid Amin's corpse as a student protester. They call him a rioter. Even while he's bleeding to death, the level sticks.
Dr. Bhattacharya, let's talk about who actually benefits from this narrative, who is using the word mob and why.
First and foremost, the state, but not just ours. Let's take a quick tour. In India, BJP friendly media calls Muslim protesters jihadist mob. In America, Black Lives Matter protesters are looters. But on the contrary, when you look at the people who attacked Capitol Hill, they called them misguided patriots.
Right. So the word mob has a targeted use.
Always, you'll notice mob never applies to the elite, never to those in power. It's for the marginalized people, the angry poor, the political oppositions always.
And Dr. Bhattacharya, what about Bangladesh?
Now it's being used against the July Revolution. The same way it was used in 2007 by Daily Star. Mahfuz Anam, the Daily Star, all these editorial elites, they are not protecting democracy. They are actually manufacturing the moral license and consent to kill in the name of peace.
So, Dr. Bhattacharya, what about quote unquote mob justice itself? People say it's dangerous, people are lynched. Isn't that wrong?
Of course, lynching is wrong. But let me ask you, who defines what is a mob?
The media, the state.
Exactly. So when thousands of unarmed people protest price hikes, corruption, or injustice, why are they a mob?
Right, but if a political goon kills someone in custody, he's just an isolated incident.
Now we get it. Mob justice is the word used when people rise up, but the law enforcement action is used when the state cracks down. It's the oldest double standard in the book.
But who's really violent here? Is it the people or the state?
The state. The state. No doubt about it. But the state has better PR. That's the problem.
Dr. Bhattacharya, final question. How does this language translate to real violence?
Well, categorically through four distinct steps. Watch carefully. The first one is labeling mob, jihadist, extremist, and the second comes dehumanization. These are criminals, they are cancer of the society, and third, fear creation. They are trying to destroy the state, the democracy, they're enemy of the people. And finally, legitimization of the violence. We must use force to protect the nation.
And once these four steps are complete,
The bullets fly, the tanks roll, and Mahfuz Anam calls it law and order. That's it.
Dr. Bhattacharya, so what do we do?
We start where all violence starts language. If we don't challenge this language now, the next time someone is gunned down in the street, we'll be told, don't worry, it was just a mob.
Right. So, Dr. Bhattacharya, what's your final message?
Well, the protest is not violence. Dissent is not a threat. And the people are not mobs. If we want justice, we have to reclaim our words.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bhattacharya, and to the audience, you heard it. Language is power, and if we don't fight for our language, we'll lose everything else with it. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and keep questioning power.